All right, welcome back to A Piece of Voldemort Lives Inside Him. My name is Mac One. I'm here with Dr. Eggman, Mac One,
Voldemort.
and this video is actually inspired by a very recent interest in me and Mac. It's Chills TV description.
Oh,
Mac, just ease him into this entire node.
right. So me and Mac were sat one night, right? And Chill's is kind of funny. His voice makes for humorous conversation. And what ended up happening was we stumbled on his description. Now, I unironically, when he did the number 15 video that like went everywhere, I had unironically came by that at one point. I don't but I did. I came across it.
You're so proud of that, though.
I am actually really proud of that. I have no idea why. So, me and Mac ended up sitting on call or whatever, and we were talking about something beforehand. Don't remember what it was, if I'm being honest.
I actually know why I called you that night.
Oh, do you? I don't remember.
Gums were bleeding. I had like a big scar on my
Oh,
gum.
yes,
Remember?
that's right. How is that now, actually?
Oh, it's fine. It's gone. Like it's
Oh, is
gone.
it? Yeah. Okay, right. That's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that happened, and we talked and whatever, and then I think something caught us on the chills. And I went and I looked up Chills and I was like, wonder if I can find the number 15 video, right? Obviously, it's not that.
It's gone now.
It is gone, actually. Um,
It's weird.
but I ended up clicking on one of his videos and it was like the top 10 scariest videos on the internet or circulating the internet right now, something like that. And I ended up reading the description and I was like, holy Jesus, this is a worded description. Now, actually, you have it in a message, so you do.
I do.
That you could probably get a picture of if you don't want to show your messages or whatever. I have it in a notepad. Um,
Yeah, I could probably get it. Or I
yeah,
could just look up the video and just like,
yeah,
record me looking at it.
and oh yeah, you could do that too. I didn't even think about that. But I read the description and like
Yeah, small essay.
it is like an actual small essay. If I wrote that on an English paper, I'd be so goddamn impressed
It's
with
it's a it's a
myself.
pass. It's a pass. Like
Yeah, it's bad. Granted, there were some. There was one spelling error I know. He used the word right incorrectly, like instead of WRITE. If I spelt that wrong, I'm sorry. I'm completely illiterate. I don't even speak English. Um,
yeah, I did read it, and like it's like 80% non-phatic language. Like he is just telling like a lot of stuff.
yeah, and like it actually is pretty accurate, apart from that last part that I figured out. Um,
And it's like every vid though, like has it.
every video though.
And they're different. Each description, like they're not even like copy and pasted. Like they're different. They're unique descriptions every time.
Yeah, and I thought it was funny. I thought maybe it was just a coincidence. By the way, for those curious, the first video was a guy in a haunted house who turned the camera, saw a shadow thing in a doorway, um, as he was passing by, and then went to look back and they were gone. That was the first clip. Very spoopy. To take Chill's line, actually, let me just. Actually, no, I won't. I can't be bothered. Not be afraid to close your eyes and squeeze them shut in absolute terror.
He's like,
Um,
I don't want Chills to stay us and like hate us. Like I do respect. I don't want Chills to hate us.
unironically though, like I still don't mind him. I think his voice would make for some great comedy. Like unironically, I don't mean that in like a bad way. I mean like it would be hilarious.
Yeah, we actually we were planning to make a video. I won't say what it is yet because it spoiled it, but because it involved like narration of of stuff, and we were thinking of maybe doing a bit in Chills, but I don't know.
Yeah. Like Chills is funny, and I don't know if he does the videos or whatever is for a bit. If he does, goddamn bravo. If he doesn't, also. Bravo. When I had an iPod from back when I was in school, and I went on it about a year or so ago. I went on and I saw him on my YouTube, and he was streaming, and like he was streaming to his channel on YouTube. And I went on and I actually listened to a wee bit of it. Actually, and we might have even been on call, or it was just after. No, we were on call.
Possible.
That's right, because I was trying to get it to turn on. And he
Yeah, I
actually
remember.
seemed like a relatively smart person. Granted, he said something that went completely over my head or whatever, but like some of the conversations he was having was like actually intellectual. So like he's not stupid either, and like he's like actually smart,
No, I go. We'll
which
just
is
rub
nice.
up on the chills, saying if chills, if you watch this for some unknown reason, we respect you as a
And
creator out there,
yeah,
and
write our descriptions, please.
we will not be ashamed to click off in
Yes.
fear of the spooky videos.
Oh, I love that. That was so good. That's been a bit between us for
Yeah,
days.
yeah. Oh, it's a fine,
It is.
fine
It is
bit.
funny though.
But speaking more recent stuff that's happened, hours ago actually, I by myself installed
Oh,
a drive into my PC.
now, granted, he did all of it, but I talked him through it. It took 2 hours and 36 minutes. You know what? See, just for this, I don't want to, but I'm going to unlock my phone and show you, or and just
Like the actual act of inserting it and making sure it worked and formatting was like 30 minutes.
yeah, no, that literally, unironically, was like 10, 15 minutes. Like it
Yeah,
wasn't
but like
even that.
finding how to get the wire and then all that.
Yeah,
As a man who's never done computer
yeah,
work in his life,
yeah.
that there was difficulty.
Yeah, the most that he has ever done, which puts him at a really high percentage, but he reseated his RAM. He took it out, checked how
Oh,
much it was, and put it
oh yeah.
back in. And that already puts you
Wow,
above a lot of people.
it's so embarrassing though. And if
No,
anyone who loves computers watch this, like, wow, what an absolute noob he is.
yeah, but
Which is true.
yeah, but do you know what's even funnier? Now, one of my mates, uh, when the computer in my tech went on fire, I immediately got up, carried
Oh
the,
yeah.
the burning computer to the other side of the room. Granted, there weren't any flames, but it was smoking everywhere, and was vaping. It had like 90 cigarettes in every vent and was just inhaling them.
20 back a day.
Oh, 20 pack a second. God, what do you take it
20
for?
back a millisecond.
A nanosecond?
20 packs per hour.
Could you imagine if that was a unit of measurement, like speed? Yeah, I was going 20 packs an hour going down the highway.
Like yeah, like I was dying so fast. I was doing 40 packs an hour of cigarettes.
Yeah, but I had to take apart that computer and whatever. And when I was installing the new one, I specifically went out of my way to get someone I knew from the class to come and do it. And I was like, what do you think of this? And he was like, I'm interested in IT, but I have no idea how to do it. Okay, here's your first lesson. Install this stick of RAM. I did it right in front of him, showing him or what way not to put it in. And granted, he did get it without me telling him to push harder, but he struggled for like 2 or 3 minutes. And I sat there and in my head, had the biggest shit-eating grin. And I know we're not supposed to swear, but there's no other word for it.
Yeah, I mean, like, if
Just,
I can throw a ramen like with ease, kind
yeah.
of. I mean, that's
To be fair, it didn't take you that long, but I didn't give him anything. I showed him, I told him what way to put it in, and I was like, put it in. And it was pretty funny.
yeah. But I feel like we can agree that the drive procedure is slightly more advanced.
Oh, significantly harder, actually. Yeah.
Yes,
Yours
yes.
was laid out kind of weird. But the thing that took us the longest, by the way, now granted, Mac's not totally to blame for this. Mostly. But I asked him if the other side panel on his case could come off. And he was like, no, it can't. And I was like, okay, does the front come off? And he was like, what do you mean? And I explained to him, and he saw some screws, and he had his fans unscrewed and another bit off it, and he couldn't get it off. But he was sat unscrewing a screw that was in a hole, probably your filter for the actual front panel that you can take off from the other side.
Probably, and I didn't put that back in. I can be bothered.
Yeah.
It's still unscrewed.
And that took us ages. So after he couldn't get the front bit off, I was like, okay, what? Or he then suggested the power supply, and then after he unscrewed it, I was like, okay, right. So it's not one of the power supplies that come out the back. Granted, I couldn't see anything, and anytime I wanted anything, he had to send me a picture.
Like I did. I unscrewed the power supply. It would not come out where I unscrewed it from. It just wouldn't fit out that.
Yeah.
So I screwed it back in. I then sat there, looked at it for a few minutes, and then I was like, hold on, there's two things here on like the end where the ports were, but the other side of it. I undid them, and the other side was like coming up. So eventually I got the slide off, and I was like, I see everything I need to see. I saw the drive, I saw the cables, everything was there.
Yeah, at this point, by the way, it was an hour and 52 minutes. I remember looking at the phone later.
Yeah.
I had tried to get him to go in through the bottom. No, I had like very few and far between pictures, and the model number for his case kept bringing up a motherboard tester, which was kind of weird. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like, how much storage you have?
I'm on a lot now.
He is the Wannick server, Linus Tag Tips edition.
No, I don't have like a million
No,
million bit.
he actually has like 2 or 3 petabytes. Yeah. Do you know what a petabyte of storage is, by the way, Mac?
A petabyte is 1,000 terabytes.
Yes. I would love to have, if I had a petabyte server, granted, it would sound like I'm right beside an airplane, but it would be epic.
There's just no like. I mean, yes, maybe like if we had 1,000 videos all in 4K, I could maybe see the use of it.
You know the best of it is, I was talking to some random guy in the tech, right? Turned out to actually be somewhat intellectual compared to all the other staff. If any of you watch this from the tech, I'm not a person to insult someone, but like, you guys are the most unorganized individuals I've ever seen in my entire existence. And I cannot wait to leave. This one man who learned our language is like his third language, by the way, and isn't even from here, turned out to actually be somewhat intellectual. And I didn't actually know that they exist. I knew that like terabyte hard drive, Samsung has the new one. I think it was Samsung, and they had a read or a write speed of 13 gigabytes a second, which is mad, by the way. Like, that's crazy quick.
Yeah.
Considering, the drives and the
yeah.
Xbox are like 500 and 800 per second, you can see the difference there. But he turned around and was like, and we started talking about how small storage used to be. Like, a memory pen, you used to have like megabytes on, like megabytes. And before that, they actually had like kilobyte memory pens, which is mad.
Yeah, I remember back in the day, a 1.6 gig pen was considered a lot.
Yeah, like when the first he actually showed me the one of the messages to the guys. He had a screenshot of it, which was kind of impressive. And back when the terabyte hard drives were first coming out, he knew a guy that had one. He was like, and he was getting it. He was getting another one because he was wanting to get a higher capacity.
Mm.
So he was because 1 and 2 terabytes they came out relatively quickly, I think. But he wanted to go and do something, but he ended up asking how much he would sell it for. He turned around and went 800 for a terabyte hard drive. 800. That's like a grand. Nowadays that would like that's pretty good. Like you could pay like 2 months rent with it.
You could get a 16 terabyte drive for that much, or probably even more actually,
Yeah,
for that price.
and it's crazy. So it is, but he turned around and said, like, I now have a 1 gig or a 1 terabyte memory pen, and I want one. I want a terabyte memory pen because that is just funny. I imagine that it probably doesn't. You do know what I mean, like not to sound like an ass, but you do know what I mean by read and write speed, don't you?
Yes, it is. I know.
Okay, right, that's all right. Um, so yeah, um, but like that's mad. There
Yeah, it's
used to
pretty
be
mad.
like
Like,
megabytes on those, even kilobytes, probably for a very short period, but that was more floppy disks. And now we're on like terabytes.
I know. It's crazy, isn't
It is kind of crazy. So it is. Oh, did I ever tell you? And I thought this was pretty cool, actually. I genuinely thought this was cool. So, you know the way in like, for instance, in Subnautica, you have like a glass. Well, it's obviously something else, but you have like a glass tablet PDA thing,
it? Mm-hmm.
right? There were people who managed to store information like you would on a hard drive on a piece of glass a good couple of years ago,
Weird.
which is which I probably have talked about this, but like that is so
Yeah,
cool. There is even like see through, almost completely see-through TVs now.
that I have seen.
Yeah, like you think in combination of being stored information on the glass, like write information to glass, and then have a see-through screen. We can actually maybe 100 years or so in the future actually have devices like that.
Yeah, future scare though. Future scare.
Yeah, it can be like technology is progressing really quick. Like even as someone who is wanting to go into IT, I find it kind of difficult to keep up. Like sometimes I will sit and spend all day just going over all the new stuff of how much of it there is.
No, I can't keep track. I can't keep track of stuff like that. I
Yeah.
just can't.
No, it wasn't Tyler. I don't know. Right. Might have been Tyler or Riley. I'm not sure. But no, it wasn't Riley. Um, but they talked about hydrogen cars and they drove the new one. So they did from Toyota. And like it's crazy. You can fuel that thing in like a couple of seconds. Now, granted, it's a little less efficient, like as in clean. It takes energy to produce it. Unlike electric cars, you can solar panels and stuff to get electricity, and that just goes straight to the grid into your car. Whereas you need to get the hydrogen, you need then to cool it down to like minus 200, I think. Celsius, I believe. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, but basically, you're going to make the hydrogen really cold to make it liquid, and it makes your car lighter. So it does, but it's not as clean to actually use it. But I think in the future, I don't. The petrol cars are going to be alpha and diesel, but hydrogen will go into trucks. So and cars will be electric. I think that's how that's going to go. You know, there's an extension apparently that it shows the dislike counter again for people.
Yes, yes, we talked about this in a previous video.
Did we actually? Damn.
Yes, yeah, the
Yeah.
video you talked about, like, there's a Chrome extension,
Yeah.
and then you would sacrifice the Chromebook
Oh,
for it.
I cannot wait. I'm gonna sacrifice that Chromebook to Kingdom Come.
It's like, I always like to think about it like almost more like, just even though it's only been a year, 1 year, like, we've changed so much, just like in many different ways. I like I feel like you could tell
Yeah.
if you watched every video, you know what I mean? Even though it's just our voices
Yeah.
half the time.
Like I feel like granted, obviously as people we've changed. Um, you know, events in life change people naturally. Um,
It's true.
but I I feel I really feel like our dynamic more than anything has gotten better when it comes to doing stuff like this. Because we used to be able to sit and talk like this for hours.
Yeah, but like it's almost like when you have a conversation one on one, it can be like, I may not notice it, but it can be long. There can be a lot to it, but like maybe listening back to it may not be as good as you would think unless you were actually involved in the conversation.
Yeah.
So like a Gamecast, it's almost like we have to keep it a little lighter, a little easier to digest, and know what we're actually saying. We're just talking rubbish.
Yeah.
For like Gamecast one, I think maybe a bit more like that. We're literally just
To
talking
be fair though, like
absolute rubbish.
I I I I like informative videos most of the time. It's normally what I stick to. But I do like sometimes where people just talk about, as you said, it just because it adds a weird, like, humane dynamic almost.
I swear, you only swear in Gamecast. I swear.
Yeah. Well, you said it, so you did like that's the only reason there. No, granted, before was my own volition, but
I said it because I can.
I'm not going to do that because then you'll have to. I was going to do that once that probably everybody here is thinking about.
Yeah, let's talk about music, bro. Like I don't talk about my interest enough on this on my thing. Like, this is my platform and yours. I don't express myself enough on it. I feel like I love music. I love music, but I never talk about it. Why? Why is that? Like, you love tech
Well,
and you always talk about it. You know, your passion is like is
uh,
expressed quite well, but I don't
well,
express
go on,
mine.
Matt, tell us something about yourself for the audience.
But like, I just realized I don't know what
Yeah.
to say.
Okay. Right. How about this? Right. So you recently bought the new coat from Mr. West.
Oh God,
Right. Now I actually saw someone today with the coat. So this is
what?
I saw someone today with the coat in black.
No,
I
no,
am
you didn't.
almost sure that I walked past an individual with the coat, and he looked like he was going to drown in the coat.
No, there's no
It didn't have a
no.
zip or anything, and it was black, and it looked like yours.
Did was there was there like two like drawstrings coming down?
By where the normally is, by the collar bit.
No, not the hood. Where like the zip would be at the bottom if there were a zip.
I don't know if I'm
You may have tucked them
honest.
in. There's no way. There's no way.
Like it is pod, but the coat drowned him, and from what you described, and the little bit I've seen your coat, it did look like it.
If that man
Yeah,
also has it, respect, honestly. I didn't expect anyone else to
yeah.
actually have it. But yes, the Yeezy X Gap round jacket in black. I do own one. Do I regret it? Every time I wear it, I regret it more. But uh listen, I can't justify it. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm sorry.
Listen, but some things aren't justifiable. Like some things you just do because you want.
Like I want it, but like in hindsight, did I need it? Like I wanted the foam runners, but did I need them? I mean, yes, I did need them,
Well,
but it's
shoes
interesting.
is always interesting to have. I I can I can see myself like they would have to be the most comfortable things I've ever worn my entire life.
This is Max shoe rider all the time. Size 13, still toe cap.
No, actually, size 14 changed the brand of it, and size 13 no longer fits me.
Size 14.
Size 14. I'm like wearing ships at this point. So I am.
Yeah, you're wearing like blocks of steel.
Yeah. And like I literally just my slippers are like two warehouses that I just put. I just like got ports and put them in the back of it. They're just like the granny slippers with the no back. You just slip your feet in, and you know,
Yeah, yeah.
but not actually. But my feet are pretty big.
Mine aren't like that. I mean, the biggest shoe I have is size 10, and like it's a nice fit. But I mostly wear 350s, right? All of them are size 9 or 9.5, and they fit fine. I take out the insole, but they're fine. Um, like they fit fine. But like most people, at least people I see on a daily basis, all their size, they're all small size, like 6 or 7 or 5. There's very little size 10s or 11s, but then you see like the odd like size 12 or 13 or 14, it's like clown feet.
No, honestly, my response when people say that client feet is to go,
Yeah, like cause you can rock the
yeah,
crust of the clown vibe drip. Like what's the meme like matches look or whatever? Like 15 grand like clown pants.
from that what is he from? Goofy from Mickey Mouse? Mickey Mouse? Is he? Is he from
Disney.
that? I don't know if he had his own stuff. I know he's a son and
No, same
whatever.
thing. Disney.
Yeah,
Well, he's a Disney character, right? He's from the
yeah.
Disney thing. Um, but yeah, I love music and I love clothes, but I don't really talk about. But like I don't because I feel like it's very very much unless like it's your interest is very interesting like tech that not people don't really care really unless like they actually like care about it. But, like I wouldn't say I would like to watch someone talk about like their unless I also liked what they liked, So I guess I'm technically contradicting myself while saying this, but maybe I should more.
Yeah.
This is my thing,
Well, to be fair though, you know having having a thing just not really talking about it, just sometimes that can be intriguing to people though.
Oh, it's weird. I feel like just now we're past the point of we know how to make videos well, and they're
Yeah,
mostly good. They're they're
yeah,
they're well made, and
yeah,
they're more professionally done. I think compared to like our old stuff. But now it's like just trying to
yeah,
like finalize the product and
yeah. Like even at that, like trying to aim for every video, like obviously, we try to an extent, but you know, saying every or saying the video is good. I think the biggest thing is our dynamic or our ability to continue to talk. Whereas there was a lot more cuts, I think, before in the older videos, whereas now there is less.
yeah,
Daily, definitely the amount of effort that went into it. It almost became kind of, it almost became a chore anything. Whereas like right now, I know that I have a very busy day at tag tomorrow. Like I'm going to enjoy it, but I know it's going to be really busy.
As do I.
And I'm I'm right now at like God knows what time. Sat doing a gamecast and just yeah, quarter to 11. Damn.
Quarter to 11. Oh yeah, I will like I'm already sitting here like thinking I have tag tomorrow, but yet like when I sit there and tag tomorrow, and they ask like, "So what did you do last night?"
Yeah.
I worked. I don't know what else we have to talk about. There's more things that I'm thinking of, but I'm not sure if I can like make them uh like like
Well, yeah.
horse. I rode a horse for the first time a few weeks back. That was pretty cool.
Actually, I I do have a question. Now, I haven't ever, right?
Yes.
And to me, that doesn't seem too difficult, but I've never done it. It doesn't look difficult.
I mean,
It's like one of those things people make look easy, and then when you get on, you're like, but like, what was it like?
well, to be honest, I didn't really have the burden of like controlling it. My friend who has a horse there, I was riding her horse. She like was really leading it, so like I wasn't gonna say I rode a horse, but like I was on it, but she was leading it at like a pretty standard pace. She did make it go a bit faster for a little bit, but I was like, no, my sack is literally being shaved off. Like I wasn't sitting properly on it, so my sack was being sanded sanded away, wet and dry. Um, but I mean, it was a good experience. It's weird because you get on it. If you have rode a horse, and you can maybe relate, unless you're like a horse racing god, where like you're just you're unfazed by it. But you get on it, right, and you expect it to be like a chair, but the chair is like it's off balance and like it's moving and it's like weird. It was like a really weird experience because like I don't know what to expect, but I felt off balance sitting on it. And obviously I wasn't wearing the proper boots. I was wearing I was wearing uh UZ 700s, which were better to have worn there than the 350 because the rubber rib thing, if I got caught on it and I was like kicked off, my leg would have caught in the stirrup, and I wouldn't have been a great moment. To be honest, if that happened, but thankfully that didn't happen. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Would do it again.
It sound a little intimidating.
Yeah, I mean, I was standing there the other day actually, a few days ago. She had to go do something, so I had to stand there with the horse. I had like the lead. I was looking at it, and it just looks at you like as if it knows your every thought. It's weird. It just looks through your soul almost.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had that experience with with a horse. The walk I used to go on, there used to be a horse. It used to like peek its head over the fence.
And you just vibe with it there.
Yeah. And I was just like, yo, horse, what is up? And then I walked on.
We still keep this on the down low
Oh
in
yeah.
terms of telling people about it because that's you just don't do it. You just don't tell people, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can. I mean, it's better when like you know you just think they would enjoy it.
Yeah.
But for some reason, most people I know, probably besides you and a few of my friends who also like
Yeah.
games, probably wouldn't enjoy the videos we make.
It's
To be
possible.
honest.
I know one or two people, maybe three, but I'm unsure of the third one that would probably be like, I actually kind of like this. I'm talking from a perspective of they're not my friends in this scenario, or mates or acquaintances or whatever. I just as a person, maybe not. this type of video, I don't think many of them would watch this and then listen to us
Yeah,
ramble. But like the other stuff, probably.
you have to enjoy us probably to listen to Gamecasts. At least I think so.
Yeah,
Um,
I think so too.
these are like checkpoint videos,
Yeah.
sort of like we checkpoint like what's happened, what's going on, uh, and what's popping. We're about to hit our year anniversary in 3 days. Deep Rock one was filmed. Well, it was actually filmed like a week before it went up. We have, I think, told the Deep Rock story a million times, but
Deep Rock was
basically
crazy.
it was filmed weeks before. Yeah, it was a mess, but crazy. A
Yeah.
full year.
I still actually like the video.
It's alright. Like I mean, it's it's funny to watch now compared to like now, but like God, it's so we just don't know what we're doing. We're just like obviously that would happen though. Like obviously we wouldn't know what we're doing and stuff.
Yeah.
No one does.
No, it is. It is somewhat difficult to get used to. I think personally, like,
Yeah, but we're like 100 bits deep though.
we're more than 100 feet to stay right now.
We're 115 or something like that.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about though.
115 videos, yeah.
Yeah, because if you think before we got a little better at it, some like videos like Terraria, for instance, holy Jesus, recording a Terraria vid took forever.
Yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Terraria 10, probably. That was three
Yeah.
hours.
There was another one that took forever to. I think we've had this discussion. I think I don't know if we ever discussed it in the thing, but there was. I swear there was another video
I I
that
don't think
was
there was two
like
Terrarias, was there?
that one was the worst, but there was another Terraria that got substantially longer than it was before.
I don't. I know Terraria 10 was quite bad because of
Hmm. Yep.
we were trying to do a lot on it.
Yeah. And then we had the problem finding the ore, didn't we not?
We were trying to mine something and we kept dying, and my dog was kept barking. This was late at night. He was barking for like an hour, so we had to go check on him every 5 minutes, and then we just had to call it there because it was
Yeah.
too big. It was at the time our largest vid of 3 hours, but now we've reached that twice, I think.
Yeah. Welcome back to Prophecy, guys.
Yeah, Prophecy was 3 hours. What else was 3 hours that we did recently?
God, I don't even know.
Was it Minecraft?
Oh, that I don't know if it was Minecraft specifically, but the Minecraft server we built where we did the expansion on the house um
That was
was
like 2 hours, I think. I think it was
yeah,
three.
it was pretty lengthy actually because we actually started to like really get into the game, and when that happens we were kind of quiet. It just like sucks you in.
I don't know.
It like flip up face summons deep dark trap hole.
Oh, that's someone travel in the attack position.
Yeah, so I do.
No, it's kind of funny. The irony is kind of funny
Yeah.
that 3 hours, like we could film for several hours now with the drive, like many hours. I don't know why we would want to, but like we could. Um,
Yeah.
but like that'd be painful to go over. Like 3 hours is a lot, but like imagine like a 5 hour video. Jesus, that would be rough.
God, you would need more RAM.
I kind of want to take it on though.
I
Maybe we
also,
should do a jumbo craft vid or Terraria or something like that.
you know what? You see for the archive?
Yeah, that would be a jumbo vid probably
Yeah.
if we ever get around to doing it.
I think we should. The archives. I'm like maybe I'll even stream it because I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, maybe. I'm putting your link in the description still, Twitch. So it's
Yeah, I took a bit of a hiatus, so to say.
no, no. I don't blame you. I mean, it's difficult to do this.
I actually don't mind
You
it.
know.
Like unironically, I kind of enjoy it. It was difficult to start to like try and get a conversation. But like, do kind of enjoy it.
I do like Gamecast. They're nice.
They are.
They're nice nerds. Um, but I feel like we've covered everything we need to cover.
Yeah.
I think.
You know what's weird? Actually, I would like to point one more thing out just before we wrap this out. So, a
Mm.
video normally, I notice this. Maybe you don't, but I notice if me and Mac talk a lot before we actually do a vid, I notice that it's difficult to keep a conversation going. But we literally have spoke for about 3 hours or so on the phone today, and not long ago actually. And
But they weren't real
yeah,
conversations. They were just like yelling and screaming and
yeah,
just a lot of mess.
but like normally we can't do that. Normally it I feel like it does show because we have less to talk about.
We always find
Yeah.
something to
Oh
talk
yeah, we
about
always
though.
find something to talk about, but I mean it's not as easy as this. Like I'm not putting a lot of thought into what's actually happening. It's just kind of happening. There's a little thought, obviously, because
Well, I'm more focused on trying to speak clearly,
yeah,
and so that because I always have a problem with that. Like when we're playing a game and doing it, I would maybe forget and like I would just speak fast and as someone said, not like fully give like commit to saying words properly.
yes, not pointing any
Um,
names, but I may have been the one that said it. But it's not that like I could speak pretty quick and I'd be fine with it. Yes, that was intentional.
you can,
But
but
no, I
like,
mean as in you could speak pretty quick and I'd be okay with it. It's the fact that he doesn't speed up. He shortens the space between saying each word just a wee bit and then keeps it the same pitch. He's like talking like this, but imagine there's a slightly shorter space, but his words are the same speed.
welcome back, welcome back
And
to part 10. My name is Michael.
actually, yeah, that's probably the closest imitation you've done yet. It's not exactly the same, but it's really hard to hear him when he's doing that because it's just like someone's just going Mac in your ear.
In the talk, cool story ever told. Somewhere far along the track, lost a soul to a woman so heartless. But yes, I can relate as it is me you're talking about. Yes, I do need to work on the speech. I agree.
Yes. To be fair though, I will say since we have started doing this, you don't do it as much.
Oh, I was telling someone about this, like, because they hate how their voice sounds, like in video, whatever. If you work on 100 plus videos of hearing yourself, you actually get used to hearing yourself, how you actually hear yourself. And when she did like the book trick, where you put books by your ears and you would hear how you actually sound, quotation marks, I literally didn't hear a difference. I
Yeah.
hear how I actually hear now, even though it,
Well,
it
no,
shouldn't be like that.
the reason people don't like their own voice is because it sounds different because you're the one saying it. But when you start listening to your own voice, you get used to it and you start hearing it like that. It is kind of weird. But I think for the sake of time and stuff, and just have it as a little bit of a shorter game cast, I think it goes as a nice package actually. I actually kind of like the shorter format. You're not putting too much effort into it. And the longer the video, the harder it is to keep talking. Like, I'm sure you've noticed. Like, it's doable, but like it does require more effort.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, for us it's easier probably, but like I do want to do like a 2 hour cast one day. Just like a very just vibable cast. Like it doesn't have to be topics, like real topics. Just us talking really for 2 hours, like, but just all sorts of stuff. And we could play all sorts of games while doing it, but just um it is. I think the more we do Gamecast, the better we'll get. This is our sixth Gamecast. It's probably the most fluid. Even though I thought the one we did before Peter's one was quite good as well.
Yeah, it was pretty
Enjoyed
good
it.
actually.
Yeah, I did enjoy that one. But yeah. Any lasting notes?
I was actually going to ask, what is your apart from white? What is, by the way, for people who don't know, his favorite shade color, whatever, is white. But if you
Mm.
had to pick any other color apart from white, what would you pick? And you have to wear this color, by the way. You can pair it with other colors, but like I want to know what your primary color is.
Oh well, if I get the pair, if I get the parrot black, because black is the
Yeah.
second best pairing color.
Okay, right. Shades are off the table. Shades are too easy.
Okay, so I have to pick an actual color.
Yes.
Hmm. I don't know. Maybe like a light blue or like a cream.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't really wear much color. I do, but I like. Oh no, I know. I would pick a light violet purple, ultraviolet purple.
Hmm, fair enough.
That's what I would pick
And
actually.
would you pair it with anything, or would you just like go all out? You just like fully commit to the color
No, no,
palette.
I wouldn't go all out purple.
Yeah.
No,
What you thinking, like a jacket or a t-shirt or something, or
no, my a jumper. I have a jumper that's
yeah.
purple. I like
So what would you pair it with
um
then?
purple jumper. Probably just pair black jeans or joggers, grey joggers, and probably
Meh.
a Nopsy. You know?
Unironically, would probably wear that. But I know you have a thing for like fashion and whatever. You like your clothes,
Yeah,
so
I
you do.
suppose
And he knows far more about it. I'm like your standard person. I wear
you're
a
standard
pair of
person.
shoes I find comfortable, a pair of jeans, a t-shirt, and a hoodie.
But like I could say about Yeezys though. Yeezys are comfortable. They are very comfortable. You know, like I could also argue that. But
Yeah,
you always do that. But but yeah, this has been Mag One.
yeah. And this has been Gamecast.